The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Thank you, Spider.
Hey, Spider, that fucking bandage on your foot is bigger than your fucking head, you know that?
What, you mean?
Spider. Thanks, Jimmy.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be coming in one of these fucking walkers.
Like chest on guns.
Even though you got that, you could dance, huh? Give us a couple of fucking steps here, Spider. You fucking bullshitter, you. Tell the truth, you're looking for sympathy. Is that it, sweetie?
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Tommy?
That's fucking right. I don't believe what I just heard. Hey, Spider, here. Yeah, this is for you. Attaboy. I got respect for this. He's got a lot of fucking balls. Good for you. Don't take no shit off nobody. He shoots him in the foot. He tells him to go fuck himself. Tom, you gonna let him get away with that? You gonna let this fucking punk get away with that? What's the matter? What's the world coming to?
What the fucking world is coming to? How do you like that? How's that, all right?
What's the fucking matter with you?
What's the world coming to?
What is the fucking matter with you? What are you, stupid or what? Tommy, I'm kidding with you.
Hello everybody, welcome to another weekly bonanza of What's the Script. We are now on, as you know, Series 4, and it is episode number 6, 1990 film we're going to be doing this week is GoodFellas. What do you think about that, Chris?
Oh, astounded. It being a top 10 of mine, so...
Aye, I'm pretty confident without saying it that we could both score it now, to be honest with you, but we'll wait to later in the programme. Sounds like our own STD. Well, join us later in the programme, we'll find out more about the seismic score. No seismic scores, the scripto scores we're going to be doing.
Aye. Next up, Jon Snow with the news.
Our head of the weather. Remember her? Isobar charts. I used to laugh at that. Oh, she says that, Isobar charts. Fucking Isobar charts. Aye, all right there. Anyway, mate, how are you? How's your week been? You all right?
Aye, it's fine. Been stupendous. Kind of went in quick. And now that's me off for a sizable chunk. So, aye. The sky is blue.
21 days you're after, you swine.
Yes. 21
Extremely
days.
jealous, to be honest with you.
Aye,
Very
21
jealous.
days of waking up in your wanking chariot at 11 o'clock. Oh!
Everything's stuck to you. Soaked
Even
under your bed as solid as boomerangs.
Oh.
Doug scratched at the door because he's busting to get out. All that. Aye, good for you, mate. I'll think about you when I'm mopping landings and shit. Not. I'm going to text you every morning at 7 in the morning, man. Fuck you.
I'll probably still be up in the middle of a one-man disco like that. Mate, we should open my pub.
Aye. There's nothing better than waking up of a morning and seeing all your music recommendations for 3, 4 and 4:30 in the morning and stuff. It's quite a sight. If you're not up partying at that time, you're usually up quite early anyway, so you're not a liar in it, you know.
Nah, mate. Nah. You need to get up and on with it, know what I mean? Life does not wait.
I know. See, I think that's the first time I've asked you in about 5 episodes how you are, and on your nose says tickety boo. Tickety boo with your pink out. Tickety boo, chip. So, Chris, tell the people where they can find What's the Script if they're just new to the podcast and they're missing out like the thousands and millions of others that tune into us every week. Where can we be found, mate?
Everywhere, mate. Practically, all the socials, Twitter, YouTube, YouTube seems to be the place now for people going to watch us and listen to us. But we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, is that Amazon Music, everywhere. Good Pods, if you're on Good Pods.
Right.
And if you want a wee bit of banter, come on to the Twitter there.
That's it.
You'll
That's
get hit
it,
with so
mate. We're
many
also on.
gifts.
Aye. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Deezer. We're on another 30 platforms that I don't know if anybody in the world listens to, but they're out there, so somebody must listen to them. And obviously Buzzsprout, who we do our recording and publishing through as well. So please, if you do stop by on YouTube, please hit the like button. Feel free to leave a wee comment, but hit a like and subscribe because it takes seconds, literally seconds, and it would give us a wee hey. You know what I mean? But the views are smashing, loving it. And obviously, if you're on a listening platform and you so feel the need, if you're doing a number two in the toilet and you have nothing to scroll left in your phone, give us a wee review. That would be nice as well, you know what I mean?
I'll just review your jobby. I mean,
Aye.
everybody wants to know how it was. Is it long? Is it strainy? Is it explosive? I mean,
Colour, texture, length.
is it is it like a monument? I mean,
Did you have to stand up to get off it? Like big Enos? Or Innes, innit? Big Innes.
did you need to go for a shower after you had it? Come on, help us out.
Oh, they're the worst ones, eh, mint? Oh,
Yeah.
I need to go for a lash. Oh, did you wipe front to back? Back to front?
Oh, Jesus, fun.
What's
Oh,
this going? This is what after a right tangent, you know what I mean?
this is
Toilet
a new
humour.
segment, shite talk.
It's quite apt, actually, mate. What have you been watching this week, Chris? Anything you want to tell the
Oh,
viewers?
well, I've been right into it. Well, obviously, the film that we're about today, I watched that again, but
The big.
I've watched, I went to see Aquaman,
Aye,
the
sure you did.
Fallen Kingdom or Missing Kingdom or something like that. It was so. It wasn't bad, wasn't brilliant, but it's. I think I texted you or not. It didn't really feel like a superhero film. Just it felt like
Standalone kind of fantasy
I
thing.
a like fantasy sci-fi thing. Know what I mean? So
It's probably not a bad thing, eh?
that was it. That was what it was. Plenty of creatures and CGI if it's not, but that's
What was the
superhero
effects
films,
and
isn't
stuff?
it?
Did they start very good?
Some of them were good, some of them were a bit. Somebody's away for
Again.
a lunch break.
Aye, dearie me. Because I see the first Aquaman, I thought the effects in that were stunning. I thought they were great.
Aye,
So I did.
aye. That's what I mean. A lot of it's for the most part, it's all underwater. So majority it will be CGI. You know what I mean? Aye,
Spoiler alert, everybody.
aye. Well, I mean, compared to the first one, know how he was up his own land and he gets attacked and all this stuff. There's like a lot more on land. Well, this one
Aye.
it wasn't. A lot of it was underwater. So
No. I was up there on his own land as Chris Steinway's Buddha, who was Boba Fett. Know what I mean? And his mom's
but,
fucking Tom Cruise's ex. I liked the first one. I did. Till I seen Dolph Lundgren's hair under the water waving about.
well, there's a lot of hair waving in it. So, but
Aye.
um,
Well, I noticed
aye,
as well about how seahorses are portrayed to make the same noise as land horses. Is that all
aye.
but don't get it? Seahorses in the sea going. Anything else, mate, you watched?
I watched the Green Book again, which is if you've not seen that, it's a good film to watch. It's actually it's actually the character in it is actually in this film. See Tony Lip
Okay.
is actually him. He used to be a bouncer, and it's about him driving a black uh, musician to do a tour down south. It's a good film. Watch it. You'll enjoy it.
See when you says black girl, I was because you paused. I was waiting on you saying taxi or limo, and you went black singer. Oh, that wasn't my first guess, but there you go. That was good.
So I was going to say piano player, but he's a musician. So
Right.
it's
Green Book.
good.
What's that one? Anything I can watch it on it. Is it streaming?
I think it may be on Prime. I'm sure I watched it on Prime.
Have a wee look for
So
that. I don't know anything about it, but generally, if you say
Vigo,
it's worth a watch, I generally enjoy it,
it's
unless it's
Vigo
They Live.
Mortensen. It's Vigo Mortensen and is it Marshall Wally? Is that his name? So it's
So,
good.
aye.
Good cast in it. Good story. So you would have liked it or you
Nice.
won't like it, but I liked it. So
I don't know
as
if
his films usually go.
aye. I don't know if I mentioned last week. Did I mention about Echo? That I watched that.
Aye.
Did
Aye.
I? Again, well, I want to mention it again to tell people not to watch it because it's thoroughly shite. It's the biggest. I think I'm in your camp now, mate. I'm just going to stop doing it to myself and tuning in to anything that fucking Marvel put on as a mini series or a standalone series or anything because see, unless it's going to have Chris Hemsworth or Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans in it, I'm just no fucking interested because it was garbage, man.
Aye.
Even the first episode, the fight with Daredevil, which was meant to be a foley on for the fight that was seen in Hawkeye, but Daredevil's fighting and he's got fucking baggy trousers on, combat trousers. I was kidding. That's just put me right off right away. Daredevil's streamlined, mate. You know what I mean? So I don't watch that again, people. It's utter
Aye.
garbage.
Exactly.
But I've no tuned into anything. So I've started watching Star Trek Voyager for the start. I like that. I like a good bit of
Aye.
old Star Trek. So that was 1995. Jesus Christ, man. But odds up, good stories, good bit of crack, good bit of transporter action and all that jazz. There's always a wee alien wanting something off you. Tell you, good
Aye.
stuff. Plus, we're going to get 7 of 9 in it shortly.
Mm.
Like that. Another big eyepiece.
Brilliant.
Oh, I know. But that's about it, mate. Telly's been shite, so not been watching much else. So, moving swiftly on, mate, as we said at the start, Goodfellas, 1990. Again, 1990 doesn't sound long ago to me. And then I just did the math and realised it's 34 years old.
Aye. It's
Is that all but
it's a long, long time ago.
I was
And
12.
you were 12.
I was 12, mate, aye. I remember my dad getting this film. Well, my mum and my dad getting this film out of it wasn't a Blockbuster at the time. It was called Azad Video. That seemed to be the Glaswegian staple for video shops. It was actually the shop that Tommy for Train Spotting stands outside in Partick. That's where we got it for.
Oh,
Anyway, and this film, every time I watch this film, it reminds me of my dad, who's already watched it, but it's not got to go back to the video shop for another day. But he's made a point of getting me in and going like, come on, watch this with me as if this is a movie, son. This is your rite of passage as a man. You need to watch this shit. So it
aye.
always reminds me of my dad, man. That's but 34-year-old, mate. 1990. Jesus, Glasgow was a year of culture. Year of culture. 1990, Glasgow. Christ, they couldn't do that now. It's like a fucking shanty town, man. It really is. When's the first time you seen it, mate?
Aye, I think I would have been but a young sprog myself. But I can't really exactly put it down when I did watch it. But again, it might have been a Channel 5 number. You know what I mean? Because it was another film. It was the darling of Channel 5. And the advertisement was always see the scene with Robert De Niro when he's smoking the fag at the bar. That was that was
Dan,
it.
dan, dan,
Tune in at
dan.
9 o'clock for Goodfellas, and it would show you that bit. Know what I mean? But
Aye, that's the longest stare when the person is staring it's already left the building 5 minutes ago, innit? Still Fucking do you in, mate.
Oh, superb man. But I, like you, this is, I've already said, it's in my top 10. And this started an unhealthy obsession with the Italian mafia for me.
Aye, you
Watched,
love your mafioso, don't you?
aye, watched documentaries, read books, the films and all this, watched interviews, listened to podcasts. And I mean, it was inevitable for me to start watching The Sopranos. You know what I mean? And
I'm
actually,
going to say that, mate, because there's about 90% cast to the Sopranos in this movie, innit? I think we're
I,
just missing James Gandolfini and the two kids.
I genuinely, mate, everybody else is. And it's see The Sopranos and this. I think the reason I like this so much is because I see a lot of this in The Sopranos.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
I would suggest that there's no been there's been some great mafia related movies since this, right? And before it, probably. But
Aye,
there's nothing touched it yet for me for this one.
aye, aye. Because it's just see with some mafia films, you get it's all the glitz and glamour and all that. That's all you get. It. You know what I mean? Whereas this kind of it shows you the attraction of it all, what they get everybody in, what you get hoodwinked into, and then it's showing you the opposite side of it that every day is a graft. Because there's at times at this, it's like they're up in the morning and they're out at night, and it's no fun. It's all work. You know what I mean? Time in the house is time no earning, sort of thing.
See, it's all work, mate. If it was just kind of if it was work I could get away with, I'd be fucking right in about it. I'll tell you, lorries full of cigarettes and all that would do me.
I said
But
that. See, if you'd have been about back then, would you think you would have been in the mafia?
if they'd have let me,
Huh. Aye, aye,
what else was going to be? Henry's dad. Know what I mean?
aye.
But I suppose that's what I'm all today, and I suppose that's probably what I would have been. Henry's dad, out working 40 to 70 hours a week, take him home skint. Which is the way everybody's feeling the pinch now, so we're not going into that. It's a whole new ballgame. So, Martin Scorsese, mate, as a director, I don't think we need to tell anybody about the vast body of work the man has. Uh, Great, and it is pure
Aye,
Scorsese, innit?
aye. Oh, mate, the guy's a genius. Again, what I said to you this morning, I watched the special features thing again, and talking about the Robert De Niro, see the bar scene.
Uh-huh.
See before when they were writing that scene down, Scorsese was like, put cream down. So you're talking about the music. So they hadn't even like filmed it yet, and he's got the music in his head. And see at the same time while he's doing this, he drew wee pictures, see on the script, just like imagining how he was going to shoot the scene. And you're like, ah, he's there the now. He's already seen it before it's actually been wrote. It's amazing, man. Amazing.
It's good. That's like a visionary, innit?
Just
I can only put it towards my time with bands in the studio, how I want the other instruments to hear and all that kind of stuff. But you know what you want, but you just need other people to play it out and put it together. The guy's immense, man. There was no winner. Warner Brothers gave him the paltry sum of 25 million.
I see. I was kind of see when I was looking at that as well. That the budget for it, right, and what they go out at, because apparently it's a big issue. So when you're doing a time period that eats up a lot of the budget with the cars and the wardrobe and all that stuff like that. So I was actually kind of surprised it was only 25 million and what you get out of it. So I was
Aye.
more surprised with what it brought in. I thought this was up there.
That is fair stuff, aye. Obviously, I wouldn't have been able to go and see it, but I don't remember seeing it at a cinema and stuff like that, or as high profile. I don't remember a lot of furor around advertising campaign and stuff. I just think it's one of the ones I said, once it went to video, people were like, that's just, whoa, you know what I mean? Brilliant. Because, as you say, mate, 25 million budget, and it made back globally 47.1, which was less than double. And in terms of everything else about it, it just about broke even, I suppose, with advertising and all that kind of stuff. But I, like you, mate, I thought the exact same thing about the budget, with the wardrobes, makeup, sets, cars, everything.
Huh? I
And
just
the wages, I know.
exactly, mate. That's how I was like. I'm just going. That doesn't make sense to me. And then again, when we're talking about this, is how, see, nowadays when we get shite like, oh, it didn't test well with audiences. See, test audiences. I'm calling bullshit on that and honor. That's like
Aye.
fucking, because see this, people walked out 15 minutes into the film, and you're like that. Oh, it was too violent, and you're going, it's a film about the fucking mafia. What the fuck did you think it was going to be? But fucking hell, man.
Oh, I might see Superman, but I had to get out there because he flies and I've got vertigo. Oh, no. Sorry.
And I mean, you go to the stage where like Warner Brothers were getting nervous about it, and then they're trying to take the violence at it, and you're going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, that's how test audiences see now. I'm not even listening to that statement when it comes out. It didn't test well. I don't care anymore.
I know, because see, even now as well, some films don't even get released now that
Mm-hmm.
have been made not because of the test audience scores, or they get back and they get rewritten, reshot and all that. You're like, fuck off. Just
Aye.
tap it out the way it was meant to. See, this is the other thing that vexes me greatly about the money it took in. It was based on a true story, and it was big fucking news in America, wasn't it, at the time? Henry Hill.
Aye, aye, mega. Because I think this was like a deep insight in the actual like the workings of the mafia. Know what I mean? Because I don't think there was like as much as a fleshed. I think people had a rough idea of what was going on, but they didn't know to the extent and this telltale sort of thing. Because like even when
Shit.
he's describing like Pauly's position in the mafia, like it was protection for wise guys, and that's what the FBI couldn't work out. Know what I mean? So you're like
I got to give it to Ray Liotta, because a lot of his stuff on this movie is narration, and he narrates it still as a character beautifully, man. It's great. And like you say, he highlights the glitz, the glamour, the benefits. But as the film goes on, it doesn't come without its risks, because every day you've got to expect that you're just going to be whacked.
that. Aye, because even a lot of Henry Hill said in interviews himself, he's like, it wasn't all glitz and glamour. He's like, see, every day I was shiting myself, thinking,
Aye.
is this the day I go? And aye, I think that's what's good about this, because it shows that like the whole thing you're told about the mafia, like, oh, we're all pals, we're all brothers, we all look out for one another, and we all stick together. And then you just see, and soon it comes to money, it's outright greed, and the next day you're in the grun sort of thing. Brilliant, man.
Aye, they're all great. They're all brothers. They all love one another. But it's that person that will do you in. You know what I mean?
Aye,
The person that loves you and hugs you and kisses you will be the person that sticks a bullet in the back of your head.
aye. I just think it's amazing, like, because it shows you, like, see when it's like the family scenes and all that, they're all together, they're all pals, and then like, see, just take in the wedding for instance. Everybody at this wedding, they're all invited, they're all pals. Oh, why, how you doing and all that. And then see in the film, people at the same wedding are killing the other people at the wedding. You know what I mean? You're like that. You're a sneaky bastard.
Aye. Here's a wee something to get you started. See, imagine getting all the wee red envelopes, man. That'd be brilliant, man. It really would. So, for anybody that's no privy to the movie, I would suggest you definitely go and watch it. But the synopsis is Henry Hill grows up idolising mobsters in his impoverished neighbourhood. Things take a turn for the worse, though, when along with his friends Jimmy and Tommy, they decide to make their way up the mob hierarchy. That's a very narrow kind of synopsis of what this movie's about. It's start to finish, just amazing, the story. Even the young Henry plays a great part, doesn't he? That boy.
Aye, aye. Like I says, mate, there's no criticism in this film for me, apart from one particular bit, but I think we'll get to that.
All right, okay.
But
I think there would be any criticisms for you. I mean, looking back at some of the goofs, the only things that I can see are wrong with this film, which I never knew about until I read it, is that Martin Scorsese got some of the timing of things out of sync. Like when Henry's walking through the kitchen, you see one of the kitchen staff with a Mets hat on that then he came out to 10 years later, and something about a song that was out of sync with time, and daft, stupid things, man.
Aye. No, but what you say is, mate, even that wee guy's acting, everybody's acting in this is brilliant. It's obviously Pesci won the Academy Award for it because obviously it's a standout, you know what I mean? But everybody's brilliant at it. And which is kind of, it's weird to know how it could have worked out different because apparently, no, I don't know how true this is, right? But apparently they were looking at Al Pacino, right, to play the De Niro part, Tom Cruise to play the Ray Liotta part, and Madonna to play the Lorraine Bracco part. That's mental to think about it.
Aye. Well, thank Christ, because Martin Scorsese must have watched Dick Tracy and says, "No, I don't want Madonna. Get her to fuck."
Just imagine that. Get into the groove, running into the fucking cabana club.
I know, and I'm trying to think, when was Tom Cruise going to have a running scene in this film? You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, mate. I know. Fucking hell, man. Well, it could have ran as a wee boy at the start when he blows up the taxis. That would have been it.
Yeah. I could definitely see Pacino as Jimmy,
Aye.
because they're much a muchness, De Niro and Pacino, I would say.
Aye. But that's the only one that made sense to me. But the other two, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's just.
That's it. That's the same year that Joe Pesci was in Home Alone. You know what I mean?
It's made over it.
But folks, the big hitters actor wise in this film, I can't go through everybody, but the big hitters in it are Ray Liotta as Henry, Robert De Niro as Jimmy, Joe Pesci as Tommy, Paul Sorvino as Pauly, Lorraine Bracco as Karen, and Frank Vincent as Billy Bats. And although Billy Bats doesn't get a lot of screen time in it, he's integral to a lot that happens in this movie. So, character wise, who is your favourite?
It's between Henry, Tommy, and Karen because I just think they just add all different bits to it, and it's just because, like, obviously Tommy's character is just psychotic. Know what I mean? He's just what I imagine a lot of mobsters are. Just this, like, murderers. Know what I mean? Murderers with smiles.
Interesting you say Karen. Karen is one of your favourites. I like you said that. What is it that kind of puts her above maybe De Niro's Jimmy or stuff like that?
Because it's just the way you see her, or just she gets corrupted through this film. Like, it's obviously they go on the first date and she's this kind of, I would say, sensible, like, young Jewish lassie, you know what I mean? Because she's obviously she gets held the gun and she goes, a lot of my pals would have said, get the fuck out of there, sort of thing, right? But then you start to see it turn that she likes it. She likes the power. She likes the money. And then obviously, see as the end of the film comes, she's like a mad, strung out, junkie, like, kind of woman. But see that day where it's all the wives all get together, she sits there and she goes, I couldn't live like they fucking mad bastards. And then see as the film goes on, that's what she becomes.
Aye, it's brilliant when she's sitting there with all the wives, all doing their mid 60s and 70s beauty therapy, and she's just narrating. Again, she narrates brilliantly. I think she's a great actress, man. Sopranos as well. She's brilliant. I thought she was a bit underused for the last few series because I liked the whole the session stuff with her and Gandolfini and stuff. Where that's another story. But she's brilliant. It's even the bit where I think the bit she acts brilliant is when she puts a gun in Henry's face,
Aye.
and then obviously Henry gets her down the deck, and the two of them act brilliantly in that. By the way, the two of them because he's pressing the muzzle right into her napper, and I should fucking kill you, and then he leaves her just lying,
Aye.
and her skirt's up and all that, and she's just greeting and I'm sorry. She's went for putting a gun in her husband's face to apologise, and that's great, man.
That's what I'm kind of like, because I wonder about that as well. Because see, obviously, when she starts going with Henry, right, she goes out and she goes on pelters like, "Fuck you and all that. I'll leave you behind. I don't need you." And then obviously Henry starts getting a gourmet, as they say, and she starts going off on that. But I'm wondering, is it now because she loves Henry, or is it now because she's got this power and she doesn't want put to the side sort of thing?
I know what you mean. I've never ever thought it is the power thing. I just think she generally does. She loves the guy. She loves him to bits. He is her boo, if you know what I mean. In real life, they actually split up after 25 years of marriage, which is a shame. But
No.
she is drawn to the danger and all that. But with regards to like Janice and stuff, she's no for sharing them. But it's still weird. Where does she think he is when he's at the house for 2 days and all that?
Aye. Aye. See, I kind of understood that, but I think it was more see that he was furnishing this woman's house and he was always there and the pals and that were all there and all that. And I was wondering, is it a case of she's gone, oh, that's my fucking replacement sort of thing? You know what I mean? Because it's one
Aye.
of my favourite lines in it as well was when she's at the buzzers and all that, and she's just gone, Janice Rossi, you are a whore.
Hello, is this the landlord? Do you know you are housing what?
Aye, it's fucking brilliant, man. And
That's no, as you say, not long after the fact when she gets a gun off him. I gotta admit, you turned me on. I'll never forget that line to the day I die, man.
aye, oh mate, it's fucking brilliant. Was doing that. See I didn't know either. See the two the Waynes, the two wee lassies. That's actually her daughters. You know what I mean, I didn't know that.
I did not know that as well.
So that's what she was saying in an interview. The only time I thought, what are they thinking? Was that scene when she's pressing the buzzers? Know what I mean? Because there's my mog and half on that.
I see that. Talk about the camera and she's in with all the other wives, and she's noticed them all. She went, they all had bad skin, and they looked as if they get dressed in a rush, and they just bad mouthed their kids and all that. I always thought, why are these wise guys letting their wife fucking dress like that and all that? I thought their wives were always glamorous, but because Karen's sitting there kind of glamorous, just married. But then, as you say, she's at the buzzer with a big, like, mammy coat on, two sprogs. Janice Watson. So Henry's kind of let her fall by the wayside. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a couple of scenes before that, he was giving her about $2,000 because she asked for a wee bit of money. You know what I mean? Mental.
It's the life I take it. I think it's the life. You know what I mean? With the selfishness and all, the guy will come first. I take it.
See, for me, mate, Joe Pesci is Tommy. It was the first film I remember watching where this wee guy, when it was his time to come on the screen, I generally get my back up, I get a wee bit of fear because he was a fucking psycho. Do you know what I mean? He scared me, which is kudos to Joe Pesci. I think Henry Hill in real life said himself that he plays Tommy 90 to 99% accurate. He's that good. He says the only thing about the real Tommy was he was a big burling bloke, but
I know.
Pesci got him down superbly.
I'd see even that thought, mate. How frightening is that? that that guy actually fucking walked the planet at one point. It's,
Well, Pesci does it again in Casino. Plays that part, I know, and again he got my hackles up. Scary, scary bastard. But the one thing about that film and this film is he reaps what he sows, doesn't he?
aye, aye, because that's obviously because there is rules to this mafia thing. You know what I mean? And you don't touch a made man, which is Billy Bats, obviously. But he gets shot in the head in this, but apparently they never actually found the real guy's body, and apparently he was tortured to death because he killed Billy Bats, but he also killed another guy, and the other guy was John Gotti's fucking pal, sort of thing. So,
So,
but
probably tortured him to admitted it and then
yeah,
whacked him.
yeah, but
Mental man.
stuff like that. But see, talking about the Billy Bats thing, see the opening to this film, it's going to be the most brutal and like curious opening to a film ever. You know what I mean? It's just driving the next thing, boom, boom, open the trunk, and there's a guy lying there covered in blood, and he's just stabbed repeatedly and then shot. And you're just like, what the fuck has we on here?
It's quite funny because Tommy looks insulted that he's still alive. You motherfucker, you. You're right, because you're like, oh, so this is what the film's going to be like. See, just before that, see the credits roll across the screen. Reminded me of Train Spotting. I've noticed that before.
But you see even that opening scene and all, see the sound the knife makes as he's getting stabbed. You're like, what the fuck, man?
Must have been somebody in front of a percussion microphone stabbing like beef or something like that. Because that sounds just too good.
It's
and
off,
see,
man. It's off-putting.
Aye, the red after tail lights and the smoke rising and all that. Oh, this is fucking seedy as fuck, man.
Aye, this is the pure underbelly that you don't see. You know what I mean? But
Aye.
superb.
I was interested as well that I never knew that they used some of the extras were real mobsters in this movie.
Aye, which again, well, like I was saying that the wee guy Tony Lip, who's also in The Sopranos. I think he plays Carmine or something like that. But like I say, he was like a bouncer for some club for the mafia and all this, and he had like ties to them and stuff like that. So you're going, just making a living off being what you were back in the day, are we?
Well, you've got to think Scorsese knows a rake of them, you know what I mean?
Aye.
But I can just imagine them like turning up or phoning him, man. Hey, Madden, yeah, I want to part in your film. What? Yeah, you get me in here tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. So I reckon there was some mobsters in the extras. They obviously never gave their correct social security numbers, apparently, but they still get paid. They always get paid.
Apparently, that's the thing as well. Like, see, when they were like handling money, apparently they went right. We should use real money because fake money just doesn't look right or something like that.
Aye, that was De Niro.
Was it? Aye. But imagine that. Aye, we're going to hire these mobsters in, and you're going, you're fucking hiring what? So, I need to hold this guy $5,000.
Aye, apparently, for what I read, it was De Niro done the scene. He says, look, I don't like the feel of this. We need to do it with real money, man. And they had to get $5,000. It was one of the producers. And apparently, at the end of the day, after shooting, it was an absolute rigmarole to get all the money back off all the actors. And nobody left until every penny was accounted for, which it always was, apparently.
Aye.
That when mobsters on the set. Yeah, never. What are you talking about? Money? I ain't got no money. Get the fuck out of here.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. No, don't ever get about it. But you go to all that. Right.
Just found that curious, man. That real like mobsters on set, and you're holding out real money. They must have been like that. These boys are fucking bams.
Aye. I thought that was a bit lovey darling by De Niro, but he's probably right. You know what I mean? Just authentic, and all that. Keep it right. Uh,
Aye.
what's your favourite couple of your favourite scenes, mate? There's a fucking rake to pick for, obviously.
Oh, mate, there is so many, man. But one I suppose just stands out for most people, I think, is when Tommy is winding up Henry. Like, you're a funny guy, know what I mean? And it's just because it goes up and down that scene, doesn't it? Like, oh, everything's all jovial and all that, and then it just fucking, oh, something's fucking. And again, apparently this actually happened to Joe Pesci. Said to a real mobster, ah, you're a funny guy. And the guy was like, ah, funny. What? What? Fucking hell, man.
Because I never noticed till last night. It wasn't confined to that table. The full fucking club stopped what they were doing. I don't know why I never noticed it before. Obviously, because we're looking at this through different eyes, but I just seen the tables behind them just, oh, what the fuck? It's kicking off here.
Aye.
It's amazing. It's a great
And
scene.
again, see watching like the special features thing today, I know, see a lot around that. It's because like the whole like funny how like a clown and stuff wasn't actually scripted. It was like kind of they ad libbed it between them, and then it was wrote into the script. But
Right.
they didn't tell any of the other actors round about them. So let's see their reactions when they all start feeling uncomfortable and looking away and all that. It's what genuine reactions. You know what I mean? It's fucking.
You can imagine Scorsese sitting in the chair just getting fucking a semi going like that. What the fuck?
It is, man, because it's you feel uncomfortable yourself. You know what I mean? You feel like Henry, and you're like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? And you're just going, is this guy that fucking mental that he just switches? You know what I mean? But funny, man.
You know, it's weird, I know, because in the back of your head is Henry and Tommy were introduced as kids. They might have been fucking best of pals together, but they're still that wee cunt still pushing the narrative. Know what I mean?
Aye.
And then you see Henry just doesn't know what else to say. What? It's just he can't say anything else.
Aye.
Brilliant, man.
But then again, see once it's done again, it goes right back to because I think but see, obviously they go, ah, you're kidding me on you wee dick and all that, and it's like, ah, you might fold under questioning and all this, and you're going, oh, it's all Rosie in the garden again, right? And then the wee manager comes there, and you think, all right, he's back to being reasonable again. Fucking he's only carrying on. Then the next thing he scuds him where the he'd be a bottle, and you're just going, he's a fucking nutter.
Aye. Do you know what? See him and Maury. I'm like going to no ask for your money. Just going to no ask for it. Just going to read the room. This wee guy is a mental case bastard. Don't ask him. And then with Jimmy, I know, with Maury, he's fucking always, how are you, Jimmy? You're beautiful. Where's my money? Where's my money? You're like, fuck on, shut up, son.
No, mate. You've got to think, but see, back in the day, let's because obviously stuff like that did happen. I don't know how you can approach these guys and try and chance your money back at them. Know what I mean? Because you just know they're mad assassins.
It's crazy. Especially how, well, we'll get to it about how Jimmy turns into the Joker. What I mean, just
Aye.
gets all the shares.
Aye. But aye, that would be the standout scene for me. The other one, I think, is just brilliant. And then fun out me about it, what makes it even better for me now is see when they go to Tommy's man's house
Uh-huh.
to get a shovel, and the next thing she's there making them dinner, and they're all having a laugh. You know what I mean? And this poor bastard's in the trunk of the motor, lying bleeding out. Know what I mean? And then she whips out this picture and it's like De Niro's joking like, that looks like somebody we know. And they're all like, oh, so it does. And he's just out there.
Aye, it's always like that. Fucking. Oh. No, it is. Look, the hair, the beard, everything. See in that kitchen as well. Nobody knows that's Martin Scorsese's real mother, isn't it? He's put in
Aye,
a few films, obviously, and it's her
aye,
own painting as well.
aye. And that's the whole thing. It's like she's not getting any lines. Know what I mean? See everything she says, she's saying herself, and they're just acting run it. And I think it was just brilliant. Know what I mean?
Shut up, you're always talking. Obviously, sounds better in Italian. Yeah, it sounds better in Italian.
And again, like, even like see when you see like De Niro, see when he's having his dinner and he takes up the tomato sauce and he does that and puts it on the dinner. Apparently, he used to phone Henry Hill and ask what the real guy would do. Like, so see when he held his fag, how did he hold his fag? How did he put his like tomato sauce and all that? And that's the way he done it. So it was just seeing mad details like that. You're going, that's fucking like I didn't know that until I started watching all that stuff and reading all that, and it's just brilliant, man.
It's just
Pure
amazing.
attention to
It's
detail.
amazing the level of intricacy that De Niro actors like that do that, but didn't they? They
Aye.
want to know fucking they live and breathe the part and sometimes go off set and still wear the same clothes and act. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Just to stay in the mindset. Don't be wrong, if I've ever seen an Italian putting ketchup on fucking spaghetti and sauce, I'd knock them fucking out. I think an Italian would, I know, but just love tomatoes, eh? Tomatoes. Can't get enough of those tomatoes. See that?
What about you?
It's a great scene as well, mate. You're right. But even at that bit, there's a Tommy gives fucking Henry a look
Aye.
because his mum asks, "What's wrong? You're not eating. You're quiet." And she's talking to Henry, and Tommy's like that, just looking at him. Fucking better pair cup here. You know what I mean? Better talk to my mum.
Brilliant, man. It's like I say, mate, see the fact that that's just Scorsese's more. She's no lines and she's just saying stuff and they're just reacting to it. Like, why do you know settle down? Know what I mean, because you see her doing it. See when she goes like, "Why do you know settle down?" He's like, "Oh, I do settle down. I settle down every night, but then I come back to you," and she laughs, but she looks directly at the camera when she laughs, like, "Oh, what's he like?"
No, I guess Charles Scorsese's in it and all, Vinny. Is that his dad or his uncle or his brother or something?
That's his dad. That's it. See when they're in the jail and they're making the dinner. He's the guy putting the bits of meat into the pot.
The best thing about this sauce is it made a sauce. Best thing
Aye,
about this sauce is you've got to have three kinds of meat. What? In a
aye.
sauce? Meat. Veal, beef, and pork. Aye, no bother. Aye. A bit of
Aye.
lamb in there and all, just cause.
Know what I mean?
I'd love to go to that prison, man.
Oh, but what about you, mate? Have you any like standout scenes
Oh,
that you like?
I've got some standout scenes, mate. Uh, Obviously, the Billy Bats one's great. It's a tension builder as well because it all starts off. Tommy comes in with his bird and Bats is just a fucking a nebby, I can't be touched kind of made guy. You know what I mean? So you know it's going to kick off because once he loses the plot, he's like, "Fucking keep him there, keep him there." I'm like, "Oh no, oh no, this isn't going to end well." It's a bit surprising to me at the fact when it does come back that Billy Batsy's two hanger-ons are away. He's just himself. He's back to the door and all that, which is a dick move for somebody that's pissed somebody off, I would imagine. But he obviously thinks he's bulletproof.
Aye.
But see the frightening bit in that. See when Jimmy joins in. See De Niro's concentration on his face. It's putting this guy's face in with his shoes. He's trying to keep his balance doing it and all that. I'm
Aye.
like, fucking, he's gone for it.
See
And then
that
Tommy
that's
just says, "I'm sorry, I get blood on your floor, Henry."
aye.
I'll get it.
See what you're talking about there. That's my one criticism of the film. See when De Niro starts giving him the rapid kicks and he's doing this. You try to fucking wind up something, you prick.
Look at it, man. The way you've done it there makes it look as if
Aye.
He's having a wee dance. I see it as him fucking trying to get his balance and hold on to the bar because he's trying to get like what's the word? Is it traction or trying to get as much power behind his kicks as he can? So, but I've just seen him doing that. Hey, again, I can see why you don't like that, but even his line, and I know that is that. Look what that fucker done to my good shoes.
Aye. No, I mean,
You never, you never stooked your feet, mate. You did it.
aye, it's as bad as it was. Obviously the whole shine box line. Know what I mean? That again is attached with this film, but it's you can see that actor. I know he always gets parts, and he's in The Sopranos and all that, and I fucking hated him in The
Ah,
Sopranos.
he's a dick in that, and on it.
I fucking hated him in this, and then obviously in Casino he kills Joe Pesci's character and all, and I fucking hated him then and all, and I went, "You were party to all this in Casino, you prick. You were second in command." You know what I mean?
Don't mind, he deserved it in Casino. Him and his fucking brother, but I still think that's one of that. There's obviously worse ways to die, but being beaten by a baseball bat and buried alive. Oh no, that's just gives me the shits, man. So obviously that Billy Bat scene's one of my favourites because again it's done brilliantly and it's the catalyst for fucking a lot of this movie that happens. Everything kind of springs after that. And the other one I'll choose the new the fucking 10 I've got written down here is I was going to say the spider stuff, but I'm not going to. I like the whole Henry meeting Karen. I think that's great. The two of them narrate. It shows you how they met. It treats her like shite. Try to get out, kind of get out the restaurant fast enough, and he stands her up, and kudos to her. She doesn't take it. She fucking, I don't care who he is or where he works. I'm going to get him, and just that reaction. That's when his lights going to, oof, I like you. And then she starts letting her guard down and think about it. And then there's that they start dating. There's the one shot camera going through the club, outside
Aye.
the club, through the club. Brilliant. And it's just showing you how he woos her with the fucking glamour and the lights and the glitz and the champagne and like the singer on stage, can't remember his name, sending him down a bottle of Pauly and all that. She's like, there was nothing else like it. So you can imagine her just, I mean, swimming and fucking, this is amazing. You know what I mean? I like all that. And I like it throughout the film, like you said earlier, mate, how she goes from being a strung out wife to being strung out on the Charlie.
Aye.
And then obviously she gets off the Charlie when Henry's fucking, she goes and sees Jimmy and all that kind of stuff. And she's wide enough not to get into that fucking shop.
Aye.
So she is a great actress, man. And that's one of my favourite scenes, that whole wooing Karen, getting married and all that.
There's a there's another scene that always just sticks in my head anyway, but I think it's just because of the sheer brutality in it. See, obviously, when her neighbour has groped her, and Henry goes across the street and just batters this cunt to bits with his gun. It's see just the way it's done. It's just again, it's just like one shot. It doesn't cut away, give you different angles. You don't need to see the fate. You can just and see the noise of this fucking gun hitting off this guy's face.
Aye.
It's just brilliant, man. It's
Aye.
an insight into how the brutality is always there, sort of thing.
I really what I said in a lot of these scenes, especially that one, he just lost his mother in real life while he was filming, and he used the grief as the anger in a lot of the scenes, and he says it worked out perfectly. But he did have to be, they'd have to shout cut a few times, right? Cut, that's enough.
Aye, but mate, so good, man. Would you say this
Quite
is
funny.
Scorsese's best film? But would you say it's Scorsese's best?
Aye, because I said earlier on, I think every other film, not that it doesn't come near to this, but it's in the limelight of this. I think this is his peak for me. I've got a fucking hell of a lot of time for Departed. You know what I mean? I think that's another one that I could turn off and sorry, just switch over and watch right away again because it's amazing. Other ones, I'm not sure if Scorsese's made a bad film, to be honest with you. I've not seen the was it Flower Moon one you went to see? Recent one. Not seen that yet. What would you say? What's up there? Is this your favourite? Or...
This is definitely it, mate. Aye, because mate, see when I first got this on DVD, this never left my PlayStation for months on end, man. It was like, see you all get in at night and you were like turn on the PlayStation and it would come up the wee logo, GoodFellas, like fuck it, let's go again.
Yeah. Wake up middle of the night and it's at the menu bit still playing and all that on look.
Wait, so much so, right? I was going to say this to you, but the music through this is brilliant. It just seems to fit every scene perfectly. And so much so, I still listen to a lot of fucking music that's in this.
Why not?
Mate,
Why not? Indeed, it's synonymous with the time of the movie, and it's exactly what they'd be listening to. Again, it's another great bit of directing. How the film kicks off with Billy Bats in the back of the car, Henry's little speech that everybody knows ever since I was young. I always wanted to be a gangster, and then Tony Bennett, innit? Although I go from rags to riches. Oh. Maybe that's what Robert De Niro was dancing to.
Hold my weave. But wait, it's so much so. Let's see. Obviously, the Donovan song Atlantis, right? And I find that hilarious now. See that I still listen to that song, right? And it is pure folky, like hippie movement music, right? And it's attached to this very violent scene. And I just think it's hilarious because, like, see, when I listen to that song, I always go back to that scene in my head, and it's just mental. It's just burnt into my brain.
See, for me as well, one of the best tie-ins with music to scenes is the end of Layla for Clapton, when it's going through the people that were part of the heist, all mysteriously turning up dead. Do you know what I mean? Jimmy's just went on a fucking spree. But to be fair, I should never have bought that fucking pink Cadillac, should have. That boy.
But again, that's another brilliant scene that you don't really think about compared to the other ones. But see, when he's like that, I told you not to buy anything. Like, everybody's fucking watching us, and you're out there with a brand new, and this guy just won't listen. And after he's done, like, chewing him out, sort of thing, the other wee guy walks in with a mink coat, and he's like, "Are you fucking serious?"
By the way, the two of them deserve to get popped for that. That is the one thing he's told them. Listen, there's going to be $6 million. There's a lot of heat, man. Do not fucking draw attention to yourself. What you not going to do? Draw attention to myself, Jimmy. What you not going to do? Not going to buy it, Jimmy. I'm not going to tell you again. You're all right with that? Yes, we know the script. I want to see my new motor. Oh, you fucking idiot.
See, in today's money, what they stole, I think it works at like 26 million, 27 million pound of dollars. It's fucking mental to think about, man. And again, see what I was saying at the start of this, it shows you like the greed will like trump like friendship in this. He just starts bumping people off. And I don't know if it's down to like the greed or the paranoia that these people are going to bring him down.
I can allude to the paranoia, but again, greed's got to be a big factor in it. And like Wolf of Wall Street, like other films where it's money orientated and power, and when do these people just obviously never have enough money? They, like, don't know if you sit down one day and go, I've got fucking looking at your bank statement, you've got, for talk's sake, 20 million in your bank. Well, I'm all right. Don't need anything else there.
Aye.
But that's just not how these people at the top of the tree think. I suppose in real life as well, it's more, isn't it?
Aye. Aye. Well, this is what I'm saying. Their job is a 24/7 job. There's no retirement fund in the mafia, as far as I can tell.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
See,
It ends one of three ways: like jail, murder, or murdered again. Or
no,
sorry, informant. Could be informant.
aye, true. It's quite funny. Now you were talking about how the one thing you don't like about is De Niro doing that. I'll I'll say there's one thing I don't like in this film as well, and it's when De Niro starts wearing Uncle Joe's fucking glasses at a Sopranos. His eyes just go like that.
Oh mate.
Like a chicken at a fucking chicken run.
Oh,
The wee
mate,
Scottish
it's
man.
just but no. See but as well, no, like see when I first started watching this, obviously when I first seen it and obviously the first couple of viewings and stuff, I wanted them to get away with it. Like see everything. Like even Tommy, see even though he was a mad fucking murdering psychopath, really. I kind of felt like, oh fuck's sake, man, they're dirty bastards for killing him. Know what I mean? I was like, but no, see some older going, nah, these people are fucking scum.
So you're like Jimmy, because Henry says that. He says Jimmy was the kind of guy that always rooted for the bad guys in the movies. But sometimes you've got to root for the bad guys because, see, as much as they are bad guys, they're no bad guys. You
See,
just take away that potting people and all that stuff, there'd be no bad guys. You know what I mean?
see, this is where I kind of draw comparisons again with this and The Sopranos. Like, cause see there, you want these guys to succeed, you want them to not get caught in all this, and it's the exact same for me in The Sopranos with James Gandolfini, because that guy in that TV series, he's a big, dirty, miserable, selfish, fucking adultering, cheating, fucking rat, you bastard, be like that. Go on, Tony, lads, fucking give it to him.
No, even that one of the best, one of the most things that stick out to me in The Sopranos with him is obviously he's out getting his paper with the robe, so he always does. He's drinking the orange juice, and his wife's standing there, and he's like, "What the fuck is this orange juice? It's got pulp in it." But you like pulp? I like some pulp, not a lot of pulp. She just fucking flings a phone at him. So, I mean, you're a dick. But one of the most heartbreaking things in The Sopranos, like you're saying there, mate, you want them all to succeed, you want them all to be this tight unit the way they are. Yeah, hey, my pal, and all that, love you. See, when they start talking about Tony as if, like, fucking, oh, I think he's losing his way. I don't know if the big guy, and they start doubting, you're like, no, man, just going to be that tight unit again, man. It's, you know, it's coming. It's fucking horrible.
That's again, that's how it's like it changes. Let's say this film started a mad, unhealthy obsession with the mafia for me, right? And see the whole thing that attracts you to the mafia. I had that in my head like that. This is a fucking brotherhood. We're all out for one another and all that. And then it's like, no, see your assassin. Your assassin will be your best mate because you'll no see it coming. Know what I mean? And it's just, and you get a glimpse of that in this film where obviously everything's went to shit with Henry, and Jimmy says, "No, I need you to go down to Florida and help such and such with this job." And he's tipples like, "That's when I knew I wouldn't be coming back to Florida." And you're going, "You fucking snake."
Aye, you're a bastard, you. That's horrible, is it? It's, but again, aye, you know the life I get into. Obviously, Henry sniffed that out. But you must be wondering if every single day or every room you get in, every darkened close you got, every time you sit in the front of a motor, you must be fucking shiting yourself, you know what I mean?
But
You see the way
but
more, Do you know, as glamorous as all this is, if I had the opportunity we were talking about earlier on, would I like to be? And I was like, aye, fucking right. I would. I think I could live with no seeing a bullet coming in the back of my head. I think I could deal with that. But I don't want to go the way like Maury goes, getting a fucking ice pick through the back of my neck into my gut. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? That's horrible.
That's drastic, innit? It's horrible. But it's even again, know how we were talking about the knife noises at the beginning. See the noise this fucking thing makes when it goes into his brain. It's like, oh, that's grotty. But
And Henry says himself, he says like, when Jimmy's talking about whacking people because he whacked somebody when he was 16 and he says he didn't see it as anything but business. I think when Tommy does that to Maury with the ice pick, it's never more evident him being a sociopath or disregard for human life when he just takes it back out. Thought the fucker would never shut up.
aye. It's
You've
just
broke bread with that guy. You've sat and
aye.
oh,
'Cause
it
that's
just
the
is
thing as
business,
well.
innit?
Aye, because again, see while watching this, obviously that scene where De Niro's like he's smoking the cigarette, the fag at the bar, and it goes slow motion and starts playing that music. There's a wee look because he's like Tommy's facing him sort of thing, right? So you don't see Tommy's face, but he just gives like a wee look, like looks at Morty and looks back at Tommy and gives like a wee smile, like we're doing this guy, and you're going,
Aye. He's no long for this world, that wee prick. Same or not, see at the very end, although it doesn't day in Henry or it doesn't get to day in, it doesn't, or sorry, whack Karen or Henry. Henry says that he's selling the narration, which I've missed again, but I noticed it last night. He says we've done all that together, and all I got was some chump change for Christmas. So he still never get his cut. Nobody still never got their fucking cut. You know what I mean?
aye, that's it. And it's like, so what was the whole point in it? But see, even talking
I just
about
thought
like
it was Maury's idea and Henry's plan.
aye, aye, I know what I mean. It's fucking, but see the whole like kind of end part to the film, where obviously Henry is now a mad coke kid. See the way that's all done as well. You can just feel the fucking pure paranoia and all that, right? See the way that's filmed and everything. Like there's parts where he's like making see like meatballs, I take it, and he jumps and he looks at something and he goes, but there's nothing there, and you're going, what the fuck is going? He's fucking lost it. You know what I mean?
And that took me back. That took me back to some days. You know what I mean? When you get a mad spasm and what the fuck was that? I remember one time, I don't want to get too much into it, but I remember being so strung out. One time I know my mate took me home to my own house in Shettlesham and I stayed there and I thought he was going to kill me. He was going to murder me. Mental.
Fucking,
It's
and
brilliant,
you look
mate.
at
That whole last day, it just boom tells you the date, tells you it's fucking 8:30 in the morning, doesn't it? And here we go. And Henry just starts with the day was going to be busy. I had to do this, had to that, did it. You're like, oh fuck, here we go. You're right. You're hyperventilating watching it. And
aye, mate. It's just it's done so well, man, and it's like obviously when he's narrating and it's frantic like a mad coke kid would be. You know what I mean? And then it's like everything's fucking. What was that? Who's this? Where we going? Fucking. It's just mental, man.
Scorsese does highlight, all right, Henry must be making fucking some money off of this, right? But he highlights all throughout this day what it's done to him. Henry's usually, he's been immaculate all film, but he goes out with a kind of creased fucking open shirt on, his hair's all out of place, he's sweating, his eyes are fucking red. He even goes to Sandy's house, she's fucked and all on it. You know what I mean? She's just, her hair's all out of place and house is
Aye.
a riot. Karen,
Aye.
as you say, I know, she's, when she goes with the guns, I need a hit. I'm like,
Aye.
fuck's sake.
Aye, mate. It's like a pure come down into it. And again, it's like the way the film moves. It's like you start with nothing, you get all this power, all this glitz and glamour and all that, and then years doing it. Like a good thing doesn't last is the impression I got for it. You know what I mean? And it's
Aye.
just
Well, you're always told don't get high in your own supply. So it's a mug's game, that.
fucking
That's,
oh mate. And it's I
so,
mean because like even Karen as well. What I was saying, like how her like character arc kind of changes. Like for a decent, nice woman, she likes the power of the mob and all that, and then to the end where she's got no scruples. That this babysitter I've hired is using other people's wains to smuggle coke for them. Know what I mean? And it's just like normal life there, and I'm like, you fucking changed, Karen. You've changed.
aye. Using Wayne's as mules, know what I mean? They've not even, I know we touched on the three meat sauce, but we've hardly even touched on the prison, all that
Aye,
stuff. How, I don't, it's weird how the family forget about the wives. They just fucking
aye,
cut them off. Especially when the boys, Henry and that, are in protecting secrets, no giving up anything, they're during day and time, you know what I mean?
yep,
I think they thought the wives have been looked after, especially with Pauly. Pauly comes across as this the godfather, basically, and
aye.
looks after every cunt. They're all naming their Lorraines after him and fucking with a million Pauls and Peters at the wedding. And you did, one of the best lines, mate, in this whole film with Henry, when he first describes Pauly, he says, Pauly moved slow, but that's only because Pauly didn't have to move fast for anybody. Do you know what I mean? And he
Aye.
doesn't say fuck off. Great.
See, again, that was like another like, thing I don't think you've seen in other mafia films. Like, see, when you go to jail, you're on your own. Nobody's looking out for you, sort of thing. So again, it's like, is this fucking thing all worth it? You know what I mean? It's like,
Aye.
because again, see, when I was like that daft fucking brain that you've got sometimes, like, oh, he stuck all his pals in, mate. He's a fucking rat. And then you're like that. I went to jail, and then his wife and his two wains were left to go and fucking lick moss off a rock or something, know what I mean? And then, you
Fighting with deer at the side of the road. Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's like you're like any money you make, you have to share with the family sort of thing, and you're like that. But when I go down for the family, it's fuck me. Know what I mean?
Aye.
It's
What happened to the protection for wise guys? You know what I mean?
aye,
Because obviously Paulie gets his tribute, as it's called. You thought that would have got him some money in the bank for when he needed it, but hey ho, cut
aye,
off, which is pretty weird. She's skint. She's living in a shanty house, man, and but she's still got money to bring him in fucking
aye.
expensive meats and cheeses and drugs and all that.
That's it.
Mental.
That's the whole thing, man. And it's like obviously I've watched a lot more of this, right? Let's see documentaries and read books and all this shit. And I'm actually curious why Henry Hill didn't stick them in sooner. Because apparently, don't know how true it is, but apparently Big Pauly was having an affair with Karen when he was in the jail. And then the guy, Tommy, tried to rape her. You know what I mean? Something like that. Why the fuck would you come back out and go, hello, brother? You know what I mean?
If he knew about it, I suppose maybe he didn't find that out till a bit into witness protection. But I watched a good documentary with the real Henry Hill a few years back. I'd actually like to watch it again because I don't remember much about it. It just kind of went over the
Aye.
same thing we've seen in the film. But you're right, mate. This was probably the first kind of fact-based mafia film after the God, because the Godfather didn't come for anybody real story kind of thing, and
Mm.
before the Godfather it was probably James Cagney and all that shit, all the black and white stuff with the Tommy guns, wasn't
Aye. It was that public enemy and all that. It's brilliant.
it? Oh, here, see, and I pumped your guts full of lead, see.
Aye. Oh, but I mean, it's brilliant, man. It's like the rags to riches, then back to rags thing. It's just brilliant. Well done. Every character's brilliant, and it's showing you the ins and outs of stuff that you didn't like. Because even it was like Donnie Brasco and all that.
Oh,
You kind of you seen bits of it with like Al Pacino he lives in just in this daft wee apartment and all that. But he was like a wee low level guy anyway. But I mean, because you're even talking about see the French money heist they done when they walk out of the airport with a suitcase full of money. Like I think that was like about 5 million or something. You know what I mean? In today's money. So you're going, how the fuck can these guys be walking out with like £5 million and all that, and then come the end of the film, he's got hee haw. You know
Aye,
what I
no,
mean?
I've got to piss in. It's weird, but
Aye.
I suppose when you giving people $100 bills for opening doors, you know what I mean?
Aye,
I
true.
suppose it does go somewhere. And if you're paying for your fancy bits house and all furnishings, that really annoys me, man. See her like traipsing through the house, showing all her pals her ornaments and all that, and that's real crystal, and no, this is from Swat, this is from fucking Damson's, and it was quite funny. But after he gets half of bed and Sandy's just back naff and bumps into the door, no, that kind of thing, that's pretty cool.
Aye.
We've not touched on, mate, Michael Imperioli,
Yeah.
wee spider.
We spider. It's, again, I think that scene kind of reveals how bad these people are. You know what I mean? It's because technically that was Henry at the beginning of the film.
Just took the words right out of my mouth, mate.
It's fucking
Exact same
it's
room.
aye. And it's just when you think these guys are all right and all that, that even the look after the rain sort of thing. And Tommy goes and does that because he's getting bammed up. You know what I mean?
Aye. A bit of snash half a kid, and he just unloads on him. Just to get apparently the thing I watched on YouTube and all, it was for a mafioso point of view, and it was why was it only Tommy that get whacked? And he says about how Tommy he done the made man thing. He was a loose cannon. He was annoying businesses. He was a kind of blotch on the family. He was always getting complained about. Plus, he killed Spider, which was viewed as a kid. Do you know what I mean? You don't kill kids. And it was a thing he said. So why was Jimmy and Henry no whacked? And a lot of it had to be done. A lot of it was to do with the fact that they weren't pure Italian. The Irish blood in them for some reason. I don't know how that makes sense. And obviously, it says the mafia are not stupid. Jimmy was their biggest earner. Do you
Aye.
know what I mean? And Henry had a brain to
Yep.
make Jimmy fucking make money. So they weren't that stupid. Plus, they thought by killing Tommy, they'd get the fucking message. Don't fuck about. You know what I mean?
Aye. Because again, I did often wonder that as well. Know what I mean? Going, all three of them are involved, so why is it just him? Know what I mean? But I've read other stuff. It's just a case of Tommy knew the rules, whereas the other guys probably didn't. But then again, if you'll run about with them, they would know the rules. So the question still stood. But if it's to serve as a warning, then makes sense.
It's
Aye.
fucking brilliant, man. So, what else should we? Is there else you want to talk about, mate? The film?
No, but I think we've already. I was going to ask you if you have any favourite lines for the film, but
Aye, well, the one I said about Henry talking about Pauly, about not having to move for anybody, I just think that encapsulates the power. Yeah, man. Look at this guy. Doesn't say much. Doesn't fucking have to. Everybody knows the score where Pauly's concerned. Um, we've already said about the ever since I can remember, what about gangster,
aye.
and then you've got your Billy Bats fucking signing his own death warrant, haven't
Oh mate, it's just I've got one that's kind of good and one's just it's just stupid, but it just stuck in my mind because it was that funny.
you?
The first one obviously when Jimmy says to young Henry, "Don't rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut." You know what I mean? Like after he comes out of court, but the other one is just gone. Going to go and get the papers. Get the papers. It's fucking brilliant, man.
See, as well, do you know what I think? Right, I need to find the guy's name again. Hold on a wee minute. What's the guy? the guy Eyes. What's his fucking
Oh,
mafia name?
Mickey Eyes. Aye.
Mickey Eyes, right? When Henry's going through talking about him, introduced him. I just firmly believe that that actor forgot the guy's name was Henry. Hey, guy. Like he's known to
See,
everybody. Do you know what I mean? Everybody knows everybody, and he's like, "Hey, guy, good a guy."
just see, that's another scene, mate. It's brilliant that you just ghost by. See the fact everybody in there has got a nickname. Just call that how the fuck. There was a fat Tony. There was a fucking Frank the Wop, Mickey Eyes, Jimmy two times. You're like, what?
And uh, Johnny No Nose. I'm expecting this guy to turn around with a sore nose or something. He's got a
Aye.
nose. I don't know what he's got that for.
Oh,
And
thank God he doesn't need
Dave the Killer.
glasses.
Dave the Killer. Sorry, that thing for you. Fucking, what do you do for a living, Dave the Killer?
Oh mate, it's fucking so funny, man. And it's just
A
what's the
bit of me
origin?
dies in that when Henry. It does. It makes me feel fucking terrible when Henry says we weren't like the fucking bums with normal Joe was worrying about bills. To us, they were dead. And I'm like, oh, that's me you're talking about there, son.
Uh, uh,
That's a bit
those
shite.
guys
That
had
yeah,
no
liquid.
balls.
Like, throw a grand to a brother here. Come on, it's not my fault.
Oh mate, it's less his moment, but I would have loved to have known where the nicknames came from. Like, I mean, because we're talking like an Italian mafia like family here, right? And there's a guy called Frank the Wop.
What was slang for Italian in it?
Aye,
That's
I
the
guess.
that's a derogatory word for Italian, like the N word for black people. Like what?
Aye, exactly. It's like a racial slur. Know what I mean? And I'm like, how the fuck did you end up with that name? And made at the point, right? We go why Mickey, what was his name? Frankie two times, whatever it is. We go to his because he says everything twice. But there was Mickey Eyes. What?
Eyes everywhere.
how, how does that make him different for everybody else?
Right, I've got to think he's been a lookout or something. He was a
Uh,
lookout. Mickey Eyes.
oh,
Hey, who you want to get as a lookout? Oh, get Mickey Eyes, eh? And who's going to whack that bum for you? Dave the Killer. Yeah, that makes sense.
Dave the Killer. I imagine getting pulled in with the police. What'd you get called that for? I do a lot of fishing.
Uh, hey, you couldn't smell the burning? You couldn't smell that building on fire? Well, my name is Jimmy No Nose. I can't smell a fucking thing. You know, man. That's
Oh,
class. I was led to believe, mate, for reading stuff, not as much as you, but the stuff I did read, that it was the FBI and the police that gave them their nicknames.
I think there was certain things like that. You know what I mean? But maybe it was just a characteristic of some of them. You know what I mean?
Hey, Franca Charlie, how you doing?
I'm taking it like Tommy the nose or whatever. He must have had a big nose. You know what I mean? Some size of Beano.
I just couldn't smell fuck all. It must have been raging, man.
Fucking, and obviously, I don't know. Mickey Eyes. I don't know. Maybe it's because he wore glasses. I don't know. I don't
And I
know.
look at me, it's a definite look at Mickey Eyes.
Uh,
I don't know what that Dave the Killer done, but that's a question. That is a question.
I don't know, mate. So good, man. So good. Uh,
So absolutely amazing movie.
aye.
And 34 years down the line, I still paused it last night when I went to the toilet and took a dugout. You know what I mean? I just didn't. It's no one of the fucking films you let play and just come back and catch up. I paused that bastard and I will to the day I die because it's immense, mate. It's absolutely immense. And I don't think I need to ask you, but I'm sure your score's going to be the same as mine.
Aye.
Your
Oh,
scripto score, what is it?
that's definitely a 10, mate. 10 all day long.
Perfect score for me as well, mate. 10 out of 10, 20 out of 20. And I've got a wee Glaswegianism this week for it.
Go.
And I think you would say the exact same thing. I think you're going to say the exact same thing. Sound cunts.
That's the way I would go. See, when I was writing this on my phone, it just kept going from GoodFellas to GoodFellas. And I'm like,
that's a different movie, even just that spelling into it. Hello and welcome to GoodFellas.
That's the British version, isn't it? He's a good fellow, you know. That's Mickey the Eyes and Paul the Nose and Dave the Killer.
Aye. Oh, if it was English, but you've got to imagine that they'd be in one of the big smoker jacket clubs. It looks like a library sitting in leather chairs. Do you know what I mean? Drinking scotch and brandy and stuff.
Instead of that glamorous cabana club, mate, you're going through a Wetherspoons. There's Peter the Carlin, and there's John the Skive.
Aye. There's fucking Davy with a limp, Sniper's Nightmare. Fucking bobbing up and down. Anyway, welcome to GoodFellas. That is a fucking. You need to write that, mate. Are you and your pal still writing that film?
No,
mate. The wayside.
Aye, mate, that was like Drunken Carry On, mate. They just went too far. There was a trailer and all that for it, mind.
I remember you said it was fucking great. I liked it.
Aye.
But I thought it was going to be one of these never-ending things that it's now like 5 years in the making and still adding bits to it and all that.
No.
I thought it had been a trilogy by now.
Aye, that just went places, mate. That'll came for a wee place on the Thames called the pumping station. And it just spiraled for there, mate.
Oh, I know you put your own theme tune. I can't remember what it was. It was a song, but I still just think it is starting with the Mavericks theme tune. Pumping station. Bolton Hose. Oh, so there we go, folks. That was episode 6, series 4, 1990. The Goodfellas. There was no The Goodfellas, Craig. Fucking shut up. GoodFellas, Wiseguys, motherfuckers. We hope you enjoyed the pod this week. It looks and sounds 1,000 times better than last week's. I fucking tell you that. Sorry again for that. That was my fault. I was off location somewhere else. I can't tell you where I was. They were bad. Just don't want to tell you where I was. But there we go. What's your plans for the rest of the 3 weeks? Jesus, what's your plans for the day, mate?
I don't know, mate. I'm looking outside. If the weather's any decent, I'll walk the dog and have a wash and then just fart about, see what it takes. Because I was looking at gigs and all that, but I'll see how about.
Just gently slide yourself into your 3 weeks off.
Just slide right in.
I hate that when people say that. Just slide into my DMs. That's fucking hoaching, that. The way you just did that. Come on, slide into nothing, you bastard.
Slug that you are.
Aye. Sophie, slide at your DMs there.
Oh, by the way, I've got our next film picked, and it's all based on the fact that you haven't seen it.
Oh, I know what it is. It's The Thing, isn't it?
That's it, mate. That's it. The Thing. And I've already got my Glaswegianism for it.
What's that?
The Thing, me, Bob.
The doohickey.
Aye, the doodah.
Aye. So I take it's the original, Kurt Russell.
Aye, Kurt Russell. So,
right.
I know I dip into John Carpenter's world, mate. So,
We dip in.
Yeah, we dip.
We dip into something after his vast body of work. John Carpenter, or as it be called in Glasgow, John the Joiner, John the Chippy.
But I was based on solely on the fact that you hadn't seen it, and again, it's in my top 10. So my
You rate
bucket
it
head.
greatly. I notice a lot of people rate it greatly. It's another one of these cult classics. But I look forward to watching it, mate. I see what the hype's about. I will put my phone down and face down and watch it properly, and get the credit it's due, obviously. Put my up to this today. I'm going to edit this, get it out, get the wings for school, who've already demanded what they want for dinner. They want Mr. Man. They call McDonald's a Mr. Man because the very first McDonald's ever had Mr. Men in them. So there we go. But Robert, no, he wants popcorn chicken. He's got to be different. Swine. But apart from that, I might have a wee tipple tonight.
Oh, that could be on the books because it does look rather shitty outside. The sky has went from black to fucking dark grey.
Clouds getting together, mate. Remember I told you about all the clouds getting together, forming a pack.
Planning the downfall.
We're getting snow next week, apart or the week after. I know.
Aye, just in time for me taking holidays. There's usually some form of fucking BAM pottery comes for the weather when I take my holidays. You know what I mean? And then you're stuck in the house like a fucking an inmate.
I shouldn't, but lying in your bed, fucking snoring outside. No, one of the best things, don't hear it as much here, but when I was a wee boy, I used to stay in Anderson at the scheme and that. If you're lying in your bed and it's windy outside, you can hear a can rattling about. Always a can rattling about, isn't there? That's one thing you'll always get in a scheme. A can rattling about the wind.
You would have hated the fucking West when it was just tumbleweed flat. Oh, you don't get a sound after that.
But I used to, I think it was windy and all that, I like the can rattling about, but we'll side up a close, and the thing that used to frighten me was the wind coming up the close. It used to chat their letterbox. Oh, didn't like that. And it whistled through the keyhole, went, oh, there's a ghost chat the door. Hated it, man.
Fucking Scooby-Doo villain there. Oh.
Aye, had to hide under my quilt and put on my wet and my Walkman so I couldn't hear it. That's how far back I roll, mate. Popped in, sold out. He would swear by his love for money. Down and down.
What would wet be called if they won the wet?
Soaking, drip and sodden.
Oh, dry.
Oh, you never told me you wanted an opposite.
Oh, I know that bombshell of a joke.
If they were in a porno, they'd be called moist. This is a song from Moist. It's called Sodden.
Why you trying to love me sexy? Ah.
Say that, and you're going to say that. I'm ringing from the knickers down to my ankles.
Right, well, thanks again, everybody.
Aye. Remember, folks, you can find us on YouTube, X, Instagram, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music, Apple Pods. You find us everywhere. Do you know? See if you look down the back of your couch, mate, you'll probably find us down there, right next to an old 50 pence. We'll be there. Hello.
We're in the hearts of every child. We're in the dreams of every dreamer.
Oh, we're in the first chirp of the morning of a song lap.
Aye.
And on that bombshell, mate, thanks for that. Cheerio, bye.